Okay, so if you can ignore Delilah doing her thing over there on the couch in the background, I'm gonna talk about today my first and so far overall experience with Pathfinder. And I'm saying Pathfinder specifically because I think there are enough rule differences and everything between Pathfinder and Dungeons and Dragons that there is a reason to distinguish between the two. So anyway, to start on, with Pathfinder, we have not completed this first campaign we're in, but we've been going for a little while, and technically it's my second campaign, but the other one, we didn't get very far, and since we left Colorado, things didn't work out. We maybe had 4 or 5 sessions, maybe not even. So, I mean, that experience was there, but this game we're playing now is a lot more of giving me a lot more experience with Pathfinder and everything. So my character, just to state, I'm a Slayer Kitsune. Aaron ended up making the character because last minute I told him I ended up joining the game. And I had actually, for years, Aaron has been trying to get me into Pathfinder. And I had been saying no, not because I'm oh, it looks lame and stupid and Pathfinder is for losers. If you've seen any video on my channel, clearly I'm into nerdy stuff like that. I play video games. I just spent all day beating Miitopia. I finished beating Miitopia today. And then I've been playing for hours, replaying Fire Emblem because I put myself in a broken game where I literally cannot win because I suck at RTS, so I've restarted the game. Fire Emblem Awakening, to be clear. So I'm already on chapter 9, and I just started again today, so. Okay, my cat's being weird now too. But yeah, clearly I'm into the nerdy stuff. But the reason I didn't want to play Pathfinder is because, and this probably is not well known about me unless you know me personally, but I am an author. Not a paid author, I've never been published or anything. It's a hobby as an author. I would like to get published one day, that'd be pretty awesome. But I have been writing stories since 7th grade, and I'm gonna be 23 this year. So that's a good long time. I have a terrible habit of not finishing novels too. I've never finished one because I end up, I started at such a young age. As I was growing up, I would read it and be oh, the story's garbage, this writing was garbage. And I'm been growing up and advancing, my storytelling and my writing and everything, so I've ended up trashing them because even the stories I was they were too garbage to save. But anyway, moving on. Umbreon almost threw my 3DS on the ground. Thanks, Umbreon. But because I'm a writer, I like having control of what happens, and I'm not a control freak, but it's just when you're writing the story, things go your way. So in Pathfinder, I was scared, not that I wouldn't be in control, but that I would do something and it would go against what someone else was trying to do, and then I'd just completely ruin the campaign and ruin the game for everybody. That's what I was scared of. Not that I would be trying to control everything, but that I would try to jump in with role-playing too much and end up just screwing everything up. And if you do have that fear, don't. And honestly, the Pathfinder community, and probably the D&D one, because, they're basically kind of the same, it's a great community to get into. Of course, there's always going to be jerks in any community, in any fandom type thing. There's always going to be jerks and people who are just mean and horrible to new players and expect them to be perfect. The campaign we're in, Aaron is the DM, and we have 4, I forgot how to count, 4 other players. One of them, he's kind of new like me. I think he's played with Dungeons and Dragons rules or something, but not the particular set of Pathfinder rules we're playing with. So he's kind of a newbie too. He's definitely new to this. We're the 2 new ones. But I feel like I've been getting better. Aaron has been saying I've been getting better, and they've all said it too. And they've just been really nice and helpful with everything. Because last time I I had picked up many shot, and so we got into combat for the first time. And things were very confusing because it was a freaking were-rat who had, I think he had like mythic chain link armor or something. I don't know, it was something that made his freaking, AC. It made his AC so freaking high. We ended up learning exactly what we needed to hit him, because I was like, oh, I got a 22 in total. He's like, no, that didn't hit. And then one of the other guys who was playing is like, wait, did you add the +1 for it being a +1 longbow? And we're like, no, we didn't, it's 23. So then he's like, oh yeah, okay, you hit. So we were having to try to get like a 23 to even hit this guy. So it was crazy. But like with all that math, she was helping me do it. And like if I've ever had any questions of like, oh, I don't know what to do, they've been willing to not tell me. They've never told me, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. They give suggestions. They'll be like, hey, it'd be a really good idea if you did this, or maybe it wouldn't be such a good idea if you did this. They never tell me what to do. They always just give a suggestion. But in the end, they leave it up to me. And I appreciate that. And they do. They've never like looked down on me or been like, oh my gosh, we're having to help her again, because I was the new player. They've all been super wonderful and awesome about it. And I'm really enjoying Pathfinder more than I thought I would. So I'm really glad I joined in this game. But yeah, I ended up joining in last minute because I told Aaron like, hey, if you can't find enough players for your campaign, I will join. So that day, as I'm leaving to go to work, Aaron's like, by the way, you're playing Pathfinder when you get home from work. And I'm like, okay. So because I was going to work, I didn't have time to make a character, and everyone else had already made their characters and everything. So Aaron just quickly wrote me up a character sheet. So my character, like I'm focusing on archery. That's why I have like a +1 longbow and like many shot, and like it's crazy some of the combos I can get and the damage I can do. Like, not trying to brag, but it's pretty awesome, you know. And I love foxes, for anyone who doesn't know. So, and Aaron knew I would want to be a kitsune because I love foxes. So he made me a kitsune. But I know one question that I think a lot of people who are getting into Pathfinder have, because it's actually someone that a guy asked me who was kind of interested in getting into Pathfinder, and like the more we talked about our campaign, the stuff we were doing, the more he was interested in getting in. But he asked me like, hey, how much money do I gotta put into this? Because, you know, he saw like because Aaron has a lot of the guidebooks and everything, so he was wondering about that. And I actually told him, and this is for anyone who's wondering, you don't have to put any money into Pathfinder at all to get into it. There are free character sheets to print online that are super easy to find. There is the PSFRD. If you just Google like D20 PSFRD, you can find that page easy. It has everything on it. And if you don't have a computer, like you're at a game and you just need quick info, the Pathfinder Masterworks tool, it's a free app. Download that and it has like all that information. So you literally don't have to pay anything to get into Pathfinder. All what you have to do, go to like a local game store or one that sells that has like board games and everything, and just ask if they have a group who's looking for players, or just give them your information, or if they have a Facebook page, post your information there. Hey, I'm a new player looking to join a group or whatever. Bam, you'll probably find a group pretty easy, I would say. And if you're kind of curious about Pathfinder and want to see more what it's like, there are plenty of people who stream their games regularly on YouTube. There's the one that like Commander Holly and Pro Jared is a part of, Dice Camera Action. That one's been going on for a while. Cinnamon Toast Ken has one with his buddies, Charisma Plus, I believe it's called. But yeah, if you just Google like Pathfinder streams or whatever, or like Dungeons and Dragons streams, you will find plenty of them that you can watch a couple sessions, see if it's something you'd maybe get into. But even watching, I feel, is different from actually playing. It's really fun when you're into it, and don't feel embarrassed about getting into your character and being your character, and when you're role-playing, talking kind of like your character, making rash decisions or whatever. Because like, we were even talking, like, one of the guys, the other new guy, he's always saying like, oh, I don't want to ruin, people's plans, I don't want to make decisions. And one of the veteran players was like, no, just do stuff. It makes it so much more interesting when you get into your character and just act how your character would. Not asking the other players, like, out of context of the role-playing, guys, is it okay if I do this? No, just get into your character, do stuff. It'll make it a lot more interesting and fun for everyone. Hi, Lila. But yeah, honestly, Pathfinder I think is really fun. And for anyone who's worried if you're a girl and there's a stigma, there are no stigmas. Guys aren't weird about it. They're not gonna be awkward talking around you. There's none of that bull crap. But yeah, Pathfinder, if you're interested in it, definitely check it out. Or even the slightest bit of interest, definitely check it out. I highly recommend it. I'm enjoying it a lot. Hi, Layla. Hi. Yes, hello, baby. I'm enjoying Pathfinder a lot. I hope to be in more games once even this campaign ends. I plan on it. So anyway, that is it for today. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye!